Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock, the lesson is about to get started. In case you're new with this, there's a few things I'd like to show you to help you throughout the lesson. These lessons are always guided and shaped by your questions, and if you're live with us today, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is in the public live chat, and the other is the Ask Jamin a Question button, where you can ask me a question privately, and I won't share your identity in case you're afraid that your question is stupid. But it's not. If you're in the archives, though, then just open up the survey. At the end of that, there's a place where you can ask your question. I will say I frequently get questions from students in the archives watching a lesson from 6 months ago, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So please try to be as specific as possible. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The PDF will often have additional video links inside so you can get more in-depth instruction on each of the topics. And if you're the kind of person who likes to print out the PDF so you can make the same notes on your physical version as I'm making during the lesson, now would be the time to do that. The MP3 is just a play-along track so you can practice more after the lesson. In traditional lessons, a teacher is going to actually present some new concept for maybe 5 or 10 minutes every couple weeks. The rest of the time is going to be spent applying and refining those concepts. Well, here I'm spouting off hours of new information every week, so it's totally unreasonable to expect you to actually absorb all of that. Instead, the goal of these live lessons is for you to find some little nugget of something that makes sense, but is a bit of a challenge, and for you to go practice it, because practice is where all the improvement's going to happen. So don't feel bad if you have to leave the live lesson and you find that little thing that you're going to practice. And of course, if I'm going too fast, you can always rewind the live lessons or replay in the archives as much as you want. If these live lessons start feeling random or meandering, it's because they are, on purpose. So if you're the kind of person who wants classical training with a step-by-step method, then you're going to want to check out Kloppel Academy on the website. It's included in your live lesson subscription, so you can do both or either. And the upper levels are seriously hard work, but it's going to take you all the way from ground zero all the way up to being ready to enter any major music college as a piano major in classical or jazz. And finally, today we're talking about a skill that most people believe is magical, and it's just not. Improvisation. You can learn to just sit down and play a song without having something in mind ahead of time. It's not a magical skill any more than when my daughter asks me, "Daddy, tell me a story." Like, I don't have one in mind ahead of time. It's probably going to be a villain in there. There's probably going to be a hero in there. The hero's probably going to look and sound a lot like me, but I'm just making stuff up, and improvisation is just the musical equivalent of telling stories. In the end, you might find out that you're no Mark Twain, but you can have a lot of fun, and honestly, you can become super decent at it, even if you're not the best. The truth is, even Mark Twain wouldn't have known that he was going to become Mark Twain without a whole lot of practice. So don't be discouraged. You can do this. And you'll need to do this. I mean, every musical scenario, from playing Happy Birthday for your nephew to performing Beethoven at Carnegie Hall, is going to be benefited by good improvisational skills. So let's make up some stuff together. Welcome back, everybody, to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the award-winning and the incomparable Kendra Dantes.
Award-winning? Oh, guess what? Okay, so yeah.
Tell them.
Okay, I won Sax Got Talent.
Yeah,
which is
as in
really
Sacramento's
crazy.
Got Talent.
Yes.
Yes. For the second time in a row, right?
Not in a row. I didn't compete for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I competed.
Every year that you've tried, you've won.
Well, I've only done it twice. And one time I did it when I was accompanying other people on piano.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I'm
way to go.
very, very excited. Thank you.
You deserve it. Yeah, you're awesome. Cool. And you did one of your originals.
I did.
Both times.
Both times.
Both
and
times.
Actually, the first time I competed in my freshman year of high school, I wrote a song called Prisoner, and then I rewrote the song this year and retitled it Prisoners Don't Cry. It's a totally different song now, but same concept.
Wow. So you won
book
twice on the same
that I wrote about.
song idea. That's cool.
They're pretty different, though.
Yeah,
But
cool.
thank you.
Nice job. Did you have something else you want to share, too? Or
That was it. I
Okay,
think
cool.
I've gotten into tea lately, which is
like
pretty random.
the stuff you drink.
The stuff you drink.
That's super random.
Yeah.
Good
That
analysis.
was it, though.
Okay. Let's play our stuff.
All
from
the new
today.
things with Kendra.
So today we're talking about Enclosures, which is pretty much all that I did to that song to turn it from the regular version of "Oh Christmas Tree" into the jazz version. And I say it with that attitude because, like, this, the stuff that we're going to do today, like, if you wanted to, like, make a song jazzy, I would start with what we're going to talk about today, which is Enclosures. But it's not, like, officially jazz yet. But we'll get pretty close with these things that we're doing today. So let's go over the notes first, so that if you're an absolute beginner, at least you can walk away with, like, the beginning notes and the concept, even if we can't quite play them yet. So this would just start on a G, and a G is the note that is right below the middle note in a group of 3 black notes. So you take a group of 3 black notes, take the middle note, drag it slightly down, you land on a G. So that's the first one, and you would say out loud the words "oh," and then you would jump up 3 notes to a C, and then you'd play 2 more of those for Christmas tree, and then we'd go up 1 note to a D for O, and then we go up 1 more note for Christmas tree. And we're just going to deal with that much for right now, because that's plenty. So we've got "Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree." Now let's talk about Enclosures. So we're just going to take that much and play that until you can play it smoothly and say the words out loud, and then we're ready to mess with these notes. Once you have that feeling in your brain of, like, this is really boring, and also it sounds like the song. So some people like they're struggling through the notes, but they're also bored because they feel like this is stupid. The feeling I want in your brain is not "this is stupid." I want the feeling in your brain of "I'm bored." So once you can play all of that, and you feel like there's plenty of other space in your brain to do other calculations or think about other things while you're playing, then we want to talk about Enclosures. So Enclosures is just where you're going to play other notes around that note. You're going to enclose that note before you land on it. So if we had, let's enclose this first note right here. So we'll play all the exact same stuff, except we're going to enclose this note. For right now, it doesn't matter what notes you choose around it, preferably the notes that are, like, right next to it. So either those notes, because that would be around the G, or these notes right here, because those are around the G. And so we're just going to play all of those notes and then land on the note. So we're kind of enclosing it and then land on it. So if we just do that much. So, oh Christmas tree, or oh Christmas tree. We could also like start on that note and then like go up a note and then land on the note below it and then come back up to it. So on the other one, we started above it, we went below it and came up to it. On this one, we could start on the note, go up one note, down below it, and come back up to it. So we're kind of playing on it and then going around it. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree. Okay, cool. So those are some ideas. And then, like I said, you can also use these black notes as well. So if you wanted to like... I actually like that one better than the F. So then we can enclose any of these other notes that we want as well. So I'm picking these somewhat randomly. This one right here, if we want to enclose that one. So far we're enclosing this note, and then we can enclose that note right there. Again, this is only once you feel really bored by the song. Christmas tree. So then we'll enclose this note right here. We're going to play the notes that are around this one. We could do that. Or we could do that one. Let's do that one. So we're going to play that note. We're going to go one to the right. We're going to come back down through it to below it and then come back up. So we're playing. This is, well, I haven't changed any of the notes except for two enclosures and already sounding kind of, that one word. And that's how this is going to go. So if we just play the regular song and start enclosing these things, then we get pretty close to a you-know-what version of the song. I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next one and circle some of these notes that we would enclose. Leaves are so unchanging. Now, will that sound?
Hey, Jamin, it's time for our feature of the day, which today is the album of the day.
All right, we'll take a quick break here, and I got to tell you about this album right here. This is called Saxophone Colossus by a guy named Sonny Rollins, and if you haven't heard it yet, I'm not going to tell you about it, except you got to go check it out, because listening to music is free these days, and you don't actually have to go buy the album. So, I get a lot of questions about, what should I listen to? And the answer is whatever you like, because that's the stuff that you're going to be inspired to practice. But a lot of you guys are like, well, who are some good jazz artists to listen to? And I'm always recommending pianists. But today, go check out Sonny Rollins. I think of the major jazz players, in my mind, his music is some of the more accessible music. So listening to it, you can it's easier to groove with his music than it is a lot of the other players of his era. So anyway, go check out Saxophone Colossus. All right, now let's get back to Enclosures on Christmas Tree after this short break. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to